meet with one of the chiefs of this tribe. And he said, I think it was, well, we call them Eskimos. Put it that way. The Inuit, Y-U-I-T. Well, then one of those two. The implant, I don't know. I didn't ask. I don't want to slaughter their words. So pardon me if I slaughtered it. Let's just call the guy Steve. That's what he said. He didn't want to say his name, so just call me Steve. I said that's fine. I'll just call you Steve. And he said there was a child that's gone missing. Well, Sarah's friend, Angela, that's her name, told him that we dealt with mythology and creatures like this on a daily basis. How right she was, and then again how wrong she was, because we had no idea what this creature was about. Pain in the ass. Pardon my language. So, we went down a couple miles away from Anchorage to his house. It's out in the woods somewhere in Alaska. I'm not going to give you the exact location, because I don't even know where we were. It just got dark really quickly. And he said that we had to help him do a couple of things before he told us anything about this. What was going on in his little reservation. So we did. We earned their favor and their trust by doing a lot of damn chores. Pardon my language. We did a lot of chores. So, when it sun rose the next day or so, Steve started telling us what was going on. There was babies going missing. They were staying out. They searched for them. They couldn't find them. They thought that we could help them find out what was going on. Because, again, Angela said we were experts on these things. So what wound up happening is that we looked up on the only legend that Sarah knew of, and that we knew of, and that the Inuit tribe knew of. Oh, Steve, as well, told us exactly which one it was. So Sarah did more research online. Here's what you got. The Qalupalik is a creature of Inuit legend described as being a human-like and having green skin with fins on her back and her sides, and on her face with fin-like hands. She has very long fingernails at the end of it. She lives in the sea, and she hums to enchant the children to come closer to the water. She wears it's like a parka worn by the Innu. It holds for women to hold a child against their back, like a built-in baby pouch. Just below the hood. There's parents and elders of the tribe tell the children if they are disobedient or wander too close to the seashore, this creature will come ashore and put them in their backpack and take them back to the sea with them. to raise them as her children, never seen about again by her family. Well, it also says there's also one part in there that says that it, they're not really sure. Some say that they eat them or they drain their energy as well. Now, Steve, is there a cave around or an undersea cave or something like that? He said, yeah, there is one nearby. And I asked, well, Jim asked him a couple of questions. I asked around, about the children and all of that. And while me and Steve were walking to the near the ocean where this cave was, he said there's no access to this cave above ground, only below ground, only under the water. But he had a friend of his who went underneath it one time and went underneath and found the cave, contacted on radios, and the radio cut out. His friend they sent on a search party into the cave. They found nothing. So, under the water, and they found nothing. No body, no entrance to a cave, or nothing. But yet his friend said there was an entrance there to an underwater cave. So Steve said he searched the entire shoreline. There was no entrance to any cave on the shoreline. At this time, Jim was asking around the children, and they said that yes, the children that went missing went near the shoreline, near the water, and yes, they did. They thought children had drowned. But Steve thought otherwise. Steve thought this creature, mermaid of sorts, took the children. That's why he called us. Well, Sarah had brought her equipment, underwater equipment, her scuba equipment. Me and Jim had gotten certified go diving. We just now got our underwater scuba gear ourselves. We just bought it before we went to Alaska. So yeah, it was kind of interesting. So we loaded up the gear onto a boat. Steve had himself a boat. He took us out on the water near the line where his buddy went under. Never saw again. He said, this is the marker, this is where it is. So I went down first. Oh God, I hate water. I hate floating. I don't like the cold. So I got the scuba gear on, went under, and I took an underwater camera with us that we just bought. It cost us a buttload of money. Almost every bit of the money went towards this underwater camera. So I started snapping pictures, and then I turned on the record. Now, Steve wanted pictures of this cave. Now, they say she hums near the shoreline when the children went missing. I found a sign of a cave entrance. I wasn't going to go in alone. So, Jim jumped in with me, and then Sarah. We went under there. Went into the cave. It was big enough to house 5 or 6 people. It was big. Now, I pulled out a knife. It wasn't your ordinary knife. It was a Got it from the Philippines. I think it was Philippines. I got it from somewhere. It was shipped from somewhere. It was a cookery. Now, why would I bring a cookery? Well, it was wrapped in a plastic bag strapped to my hip. If I was going to come down here, I wasn't going to come down with another weapon. Sarah just crossed her arms, and like, we're not saying we're gonna need this. We're not gonna need this. I was like, yeah, the last few times we didn't need a weapon, we needed a weapon. I laughed. So when we did this, we looked around everywhere, cameras in hand. Now, recently, 3 children went missing. That was recent. We walked around the cave. We split up, but each one of us kept a close look on each other. I found in a little slot of the cave I wouldn't say slot. It was a pretty big piece of the cave. It was opening, a pretty big opening, a size for one person could go in there. I went in there. I found one child still breathing. I took a picture, picked up the child, and walked out. Said nothing. Said nothing. We called to the surface. Told Steve what was going on. We found one of them. One was still breathing. Took the child to the surface. I said nothing. Went back down there. Brought up 3 more. I went back down there. Told them to leave. I'll call them when I need them. They asked me why. I said, just go. No, there's more than one of these creatures that inhabit more than a few creatures that inhabit this earth that do not deserve to live. I wait an hour. She comes up. She brings another one and wait in the corner, turn my flashlight on. It looks at me. I gave no time for it to do anything. I ran up to it. It scratched me in the arm. I cut its head off. One swipe. Then I didn't stop, so I knew it was dead. Picked up the baby, gave them a call. Burned the body in the cave, and left. That's the most horrifying sight I've ever seen. Those children were just dead. They were pale, white. Some had been there for weeks. You could tell by the stench. Came at the surface. Hurts, you know? Sarah looked at me and said nothing. I got band-aid, binged it up. It was pretty deep. Cut scars, but it was worth it. It was worth it. I'll wear those scars proudly for the rest of my life. That's all I gotta say. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed this one. It was a kind of a hard one for me to do, you know. But this one I thought was one of my better, was a good one. I hope you guys liked it. I hope this new mic that I got works perfectly. Hope you can hear me good. OBS is doing a good job of keeping up my voice, and I know I got a little loud, but it happens. Like I said, this is just a story that I thought up on the spot. Johnny on the spot. And I hope that you guys loved it or liked it. Please do leave a like, and if you haven't subscribed, please do subscribe. If you enjoy this type of thing, it's a story, but a heart-wrenching one. And I felt this one was one of the first ones that I had to do. The next two probably won't be so heart-wrenching, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. With that said, good luck, good night, God bless.